A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message
1560 WPAD Paducah. 99.5 FM translator W258 AM Paducah.
And 101.7 W269 DO Mayfield.
Featuring Dan Patrick and Fox Sports Radio. The Stampede is on the air. McCracken County Mustang Sports is brought to you by
Brandon Clifton with Allstate Insurance, Purchase Appliances, Resistant Roofing, Baptist Health Paducah, Flooring America, F&B Bank, Ingram Water and Air, Kitmo, McDonald's, Pizza Inn, McCracken County Schools, JCCB Vendors, Buffalo Wild Wings, Estes Chiropractic, Culver's, Baird Financial with Brett Hausman, Seaplant Federal Credit Union, Rudy Farm Center, and Dr. Kyle Parrish.
Now, here's the voice of the Mustangs, Eric Chumbler.
Coming to you live from Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena and McCracken County High School, where tonight the Lady Mustangs welcome second region foe, the Lady Storm of Hopkins County Central. The Lady Mustangs coming off one of their strongest performances of the season, looking to continue that here tonight. It will be McCracken County and Hopkins County Central, and it's coming up right here on 99.5 The Fan. Good evening to you wherever you may be. Alongside Jimmy Garrett, I'm Eric Chumbler. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jump ball, Jimmy, overall a great performance by the Lady Mustangs. The last time we watched them, big time performance. They're looking to continue tonight.
Yeah, Eric, and when you talk about that big-time performance, it was all offense. I mean, granted, they played good defense. They played solid all around, but really in that game, we got to talk about the offensive performance of this team. 77 points the other night against Livingston Central, and 77 points, Eric, represents the second highest scoring total this team has had this season, with the exception of the 91 points they put up against CCA. Only the second time this season that the Lady Mustangs have broken the 70 total and nearly broke the 80 total. And so when we look at these stats here in a few minutes, Eric, they're just staggering. I mean, offensively, they did a great job, particularly shooting the ball outside the perimeter. A number of three-pointers from the team that night overall, and they did a good job. They didn't turn the ball over. You know, Eric, I remember one time we talked about there in the second quarter, they turned it over 2 times in a row. And to be honest with you, Eric, I think that's the only time they turned it over 2 times in a row the whole game. I mean, they played that solid a basketball and controlling the ball, not turning it over, getting good shots, playing good defense. You just had to feel overall, Eric, when we look at this season, we've talked all year long about how up and down it has been. But that right there, Eric, if I was to take the whole season, right now the Lady Mustangs, I think, are 12-10, 22 games into the season. You got to say, overall, that was their best performance start to finish.
No doubt about it, and they will look to do the same here tonight against Hopkins County Central. It's the Buffalo Wild Wings pregame show. Make your pregame or postgame at Buffalo Wild Wings in Paducah. Appetizers, entrees, desserts, and more. They've got it for you at Buffalo Wild Wings in Paducah. Looking at the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline tonight. First shout of the night goes to good luck to Abby Casebeer and the Lady Mustangs from her mother, Amanda. Good to hear from you tonight. She's here in the arena watching, and that's on the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline, 270-557-8223. 270-557-8223. And we will shout you out courtesy of Seaplant Federal Credit Union, 7 counties in western Kentucky to serve you. As we sit here in the Baird broadcast booth, thank you to Bryn Hausman and Baird for making tonight's broadcast possible. And when you look at the offensive explosion for the McCracken County Mustangs, you really have to look several players, but one in particular that is about as hot gets right now shooting the basketball. That is Skater Hauser.
Yeah, Eric, we got to talk about Skater. Coming into that game against Tillman, Skater Hauser had put up 12 three-pointers in 65 attempts. That's 12 of 65. That's down around 18%. And, you know, you and I have talked about it all season long. We witnessed Skater Hauser last year. She's a good three-point shooter. We knew somewhere she would break out of that slump. She broke out of it the other night against Tillman with 5 three-pointers. She came back against Livingston Central the other night with 4 more. So one of the things, Eric, you look at, you take 20 games where Skater was able to hit on 12 three-pointers, 12 out of 65. And in the next 8 quarters, just the next 8 quarters, she put in 9. And quite frankly, Eric, there was a few moments in that game against Livingston Central. I thought if she made a couple more, she was going to double her total in just 8 quarters. So you love to see the fact that Skater Hauser finally broke out of a real shooting slump. And one of the things, Eric, you commented on, you were here earlier than I were, was that she continued to make three-pointers in the JV game.
That's right.
Here before tonight's game. So it looks like Skater Hauser's broke out of a shooting slump. And I'll be honest, it couldn't be at a better time. Quite frankly, Eric, these Lady Mustangs, they need to get hot right now down the stretch. They're going to win the district and get far and maybe have an opportunity to win some regional games and ultimately the regional title. So this team has got to really get hot offensively. So that 77 points was a great total for them at this time in season. And so you want to see that continue. Skater Hauser can be a big part of that. When she's putting up 15 points a night from outside the arc, that's tough to stop defensively. So you like to see that. You know, overall, you'd like to see a few other Lady Mustangs. Abby Casebeer, another three-point shooter that's good. Ava Hughes. You got Ella Shelburne coming off the bench at times shooting three-pointers. So, you know, if this team can become a perimeter threat as well as continue to feed the ball inside to Reagan Hill, Brooklyn Preston, Ariana Bryson, this team can go somewhere. And I think, Eric, like you and I have talked each night, is searching for that consistency. And right now, you'd love to see it out of Skater Hauser. This entire team needs to play as solid as they did earlier in the week to continue to get prepared for tournament play.
No doubt, as that is the ultimate goal for McCracken County once again this year. Let's take a look at some numbers for the Lady Mustangs in that big win over Livingston County. Once again, Jimmy Garrett.
And, Eric, these are big, big numbers here. Let's just start out. You know, we always talk about shooting outside, overall shooting from the floor. You want to be somewhere north of 45% as a team on any given night. And the Lady Mustangs were 21% better than that, 66.7% outside or shooting the ball overall from the court. Eric, here's a huge number, 45 attempts. They made 30 of them. Made 30 of 45 attempts from the field the other night against Livingston Central. Taking a look outside the arc, just as good. We always want to search for that 33 mark. Eric, you and I know we've seen this team back-to-back games be below 12% shooting outside the arc. In the other night against Livingston Central, 50% outside the arc, 9 of 14 outside the arc. It's some big-time shooting
Sure is.
overall from the field. I mean, if this team shot that well throughout the remainder of the season, they're going to win a bunch of games. Only 57% from the free throw line. This team's been around 58 as a team. They do have 3 70% plus shooters on this team, but overall 58%'s been about where they've been throughout the season. But we'll note here in a few minutes we look at them individually. There are some good free throw shooters on this team, including Reagan Hill. Let's break this down individually. This is the best night that we can break down all season long for the Lady Mustangs. This team was led by not one, Eric, but 4 double-digit scorers in those 77 points. Starting off with Ava Hughes, the freshman, continues to lead this team. 17 points, right there on her 16-point average for the season. Lily Hamilton had a breakout game, Eric. 14 points overall for Lily Hamilton. I think the best she's had this season is either 4 or 6. So a big total. We'll talk about her stats some more here in just a moment. Then we got to talk about Skater Hauser. She put up a total of 14 points we'll mention here in a moment. 12 of those points coming from outside the arc. Reagan Hill had a good shooting night as well. She put in a total of 11 points, all those points inside the paint. Brooklyn Preston coming off the bench. Actually, I think Brooklyn started in that game, Eric, if I recollect correctly. She ended up with 7 points. Ariana Bryson ended up with 5. Ashley Ward with 4. Leighton Owens, one of the freshmen on this team, she ended up with 3. Janae Reed ended up with 2 overall for that 77-point total. When you break it down overall from a shooting percentage, like I said, 66% as a team. But, Eric, these are some numbers I just excited tonight to share with the fans at home. I'm going to go down this list because I think it's warranted. Leighton Owen, who came off the bench late as a freshman, only 1 attempt, but she hit it. She shot 100%. Lily Hamilton, who I just mentioned, Eric, knocked down 14 points. She was 5 of 5 from the field for that, shooting at 100%. Brooklyn Preston, who I just mentioned, started in that ball game. She was 3 for 3 for the field. She hit 100%. And then Janae Reed, the sophomore, coming off the bench. She was 1 for 1. She was at 100%. So, Eric, how many times do you see you got a team that shot 10 for 10 across 4 players, for 4 players to be shooting 100% on any given night? For that volume, 10 for 10 across those 4 Lady Mustangs. Then you get into some of these starters and you take a look at it. Reagan Hill had a big night from the field. She was 5 of 6 for 83% from the field. And then Ava Hughes had a great night as well. She was 7 of 10 for 70%. And then you drop down to Skater Hauser. She was 5 of 8 total overall from the field at 62%. Ariana Bryson, she was 2 for 4 at 50. Ashley Ward, the only one struggled the other night. She was 1 for 6 for 16%. So, Eric, just taking a look at this for a moment, the Lady Mustangs had 8 shooters above 50%. 4 of those 8 at 100% overall for this team to be 30 of 45 for 66%. Looking outside the arc, like I said, we got to brag on these Lady Mustangs as well. Leighton Owen, who I just mentioned, was 1 for 1. That was a 3-pointer. She shot 100%. Lily Hamilton reached back. She shot a 3-pointer. She hit that. She hit 100% for 1 for 1. Then you had Skater Hauser on that big night we talked about earlier. 4 of 7 outside the arc, 57%. Ava Hughes was 1 for 2 for 50. Ashley Ward was 1 for 3 for 33. And Ariana Bryson also made a 3-pointer. She was 1 for 3 at 33%. So, Eric, here's another big stat to look at. 6 of these 7 shooters outside the arc shot better than 33%.
Wow.
For this team. And those are just great stats to bring that in for 9 of 18 for 50%. Like I said, a little trouble from the free throw line, but one Lady Mustang I want to give credit to, Lily Hamilton, as I mentioned, shot 5 for 5 from the field. She was 3 for 4 from the free throw line. So overall, she shot 75%. And overall for the night, she was 8 for 9 shooting the basketball in that game. That's great for the sophomore. A big addition, scoring those 14 points. Ashley Ward was 1 for 2 at 50. Brooklyn Preston 1 for 2 at 50. Ava Hughes 2 for 4 at 50. And Reagan Hill was 1 for 2. So you had the remainder of the players all at 50%. That drug that down to 57% overall for a team. Rebounding, here's a number, Eric, that when you take a first glance at it, you say, man, that's a low number. Lady Mustangs only came down with 17 rebounds. Well, when you're shooting nearly 70%, there are not a lot of rebounds to come down with. So one of the things that you always have to kind of mirror those two up against each other. When you shoot that well, it limits the rebounding opportunities. Lady Mustangs with just 17 rebounds, 4 for Reagan Hill, 4 for Ava Hughes, 3 for Lily Hamilton, 2 for Brooklyn Preston, and then a handful of Lady Mustangs with 1 apiece. So overall, a good rebounding night for Reagan Hill, another good rebounding night. But overall, Eric, just a limited number of opportunities for rebounding just because the Lady Mustangs shot so well.
That's the truth, and hopefully that will be the case here tonight all around. We'll take low rebounding numbers when the shooting percentage is that high overall.
I can tell you right now, if you ask Coach Sillis, do you want to get 25 rebounds a night or 17, or do you want to shoot 38% or 66, he'll take the 66% all night long.
No doubt. Let's take a look at some of the cumulative stats. Once again, Jimmy Garrett.
So taking a look, this helped this team overall. They got their shooting percentage from the field now above 40% and above 28% outside the arc. Still right at that 59% from the free throw line. Ava Hughes leading this team at 16.4 points per game. Reagan Hill continues to be the second leading scorer at 8.3. Ashley Word, the third leading scorer at 5.4. Skater Hauser now, Eric, I actually calculated closer to 4, 3.5 points per game. She jumped that up from 2 points per game before the Tillman game. She nearly doubled her total on this team output in just the last 2 games. Some other good scores on this. Abby Casebeer continues to be at 4 points per game. And then you go down the rest of this team, the other starter there we've talked a little bit about, our other 2. Lily Hamilton's up to 2.2. Brooklyn Preston is up to 2.5, and Ariana Bryson is at 2.3. So spreading out the scoring pretty good there, but continue to be led by the freshman, Ava Hughes. When you look at it shooting-wise overall from the field, Brooklyn Preston's leading this team at 56%. Ava Hughes is at 53. Leighton Owen, who I just mentioned, is up to 50 now. She's 1 for 2. Lily Hamilton jumped way up this list. She's up to 42% from the field overall. Reagan Hill continues to be right at 40. And then you drop down to a number of players between 36 and 38 overall. When you look at it outside the arc, this is a big difference as well. When you look at it, the team's led by Abby Casebeer. She's at 37% outside the arc. Ashley Ward at 35. Anna Hammonds, who's been out for most of the season, she remains in that number 3 slot at 35. Ava Hughes at 28. Skater Hauser is up to 26% from outside the field. Like I mentioned, Eric, just 2 games ago, she was down at about 18% overall outside the arc. She's doubled that really almost and got it up to 26%. Ariana Bryson's climbing as well. She's climbed up to 23%, and Lily Hamilton's up to 23% as well. When you look at it from the free throw line, like I said, a couple Lady Mustangs doing a really good job from the free throw line. Lily Hamilton, who I just mentioned, she's shooting 71%, and Reagan Hill is shooting 71%. So you got 2 Lady Mustangs there that are doing a good job from the free throw line. Overall, some other shooters, Abby Casebeer, she's at 61. Janae Reed's at 58. Ava Hughes continues to improve. She's been in the mid-50s. She's up to nearly 58% right now from the free throw line. I think, Eric, it's another important stat to see this team grow is Ava Hughes getting really consistent from the free throw line. She has a lot of opportunities so far this year. She's been to the free throw line 148 attempts, leading this team really double of any other player on this team. She's been to the free throw line. And then Reagan Hill's leading the rebounding with 6 rebounds per game. Abby Casebeer's number 2 with 4. Ava Hughes is number 3 with 3. Lily Hamilton with 3. Brooklyn Preston with 3.5. Ariana Bryson with 2. And so overall, some good leading rebounders there. This team right now, Eric, one of the things to note, even with that 17 rebound game the other night against Livingston Central, they're averaging 26 rebounds per game. That's a good number for this team.
No doubt about it, as McCracken County getting set for the Lady Storm of Hopkins County Central. Looking at the Brandon Clifton Allstate Insurance for success really tonight, Jimmy, for the Lady Mustangs. Defense on the perimeter and handling turnovers, extra passes in the lane.
Yeah, Eric, I think those are the 3 things. This team likes to shoot from outside the perimeter, so I think guarding the perimeter is going to be key for the Lady Mustangs. You and I have seen some games where they've had a lot of turnovers. They did a great job the other night against Livingston Central without any turnovers. And then some extra passes. We saw that in that game as well. It made for a lot of easy shots right at the glass.
Time now for our national anthem, brought to you by Rudy's Farm Center. 10 minutes from the McCracken County High School campus on Highway 60. Daryl Good will take us to the national anthem.
Please remove your hands for the playing of our national anthem.
Little bit of technical difficulties going on inside the arena. Here we go. Your national anthem brought to you by Rudy's Farm Center. Rudy's Farm Center, 10 minutes from McCracken County High School on Highway 60 in Paducah. Let's listen to tonight's starting lineups. Back to the public address voice of Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena, Daryl Good.
Let's get the starting lineups. First for Hopkins County Central. Number 12, Tyler White. Number 20, Brandon Marsh. Number 21, Eddie Minster. Number 23, Elijah Mason. And number 30, Brianna Doolin. Coach is Phil Cotton. And now the starting lineups for your McCracken County Lady Mustangs. 5'6" freshman number 15, Ava Hughes. 5'6" junior number 24, Brooklyn Preston. 5'7" junior number 20, Ariana Bryson. 5'10" junior number 12, Reagan Hill. And a 5'2" senior number 30, Ashley Word.
Your starting lineups tonight here at Strawberry Hills Pharmacy Arena on the campus of McCracken County High School. Hopkins County Central and the Lady Mustangs of McCracken County. Game number 72 of this week for the Lady Mustangs and Mustangs. Jimmy, let's get it started here tonight. You don't look happy.
Well, I've just taking a look here, just doing a little bit of looking and studying everything on the court here, and we'll see how this plays out.
As the tip's in the air, it's going to be controlled by Hopkins County Central. And the Lady Storm will have the basketball. Shout-outs to get to here in just a second. As it comes into the front court, it goes on the right side of the floor to Kalasia Mason. Swung now in towards the left corner as it goes to Marsh. A jump shot, no good, but a foul on McCracken County right out of the gates. That will send, it looks like, for Hopkins County Central, Braylee Marsh to the foul line to shoot two. Looking at the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline tonight, is the first free throw from Marsh, no good off the back iron. My parents listening in tonight is watching, I should say, on YouTube. Shout out to you all. Second free throw, no good. Rebound back to Hopkins County Central. Put up no good. Rebound back to McCracken County. More shout outs here in just a moment as it goes on the far left side to Word. Thought about a three, puts the dribble down, works back towards the top of the key. Right in front of half court. It goes now back towards the left side to Word. Word comes over to Hughes. Hughes on the wing. Now goes to Hamilton. Nope, to Bryson in the corner. Back to Hughes. Goes now to Preston. To Hill. To Hughes. Hughes puts a right-hand dribble down. Goes cross-court to Word. She puts a right-hand dribble down, comes back to Bryson on the wing. In the corner to Hughes, thought about the three, behind the back dribble, comes out now straight away to Preston, swung on the wing to Word. Her three, got it. Nice start to the game for the Lady Mustangs. The hot shooting continues. It's Ashley Word for three, 3-0. Hopkins County Central on the return. Straight away with it, it's Brenijah Doolin. She goes to Kalasia Mason. As Mason in the corner lines up a three. That's no good. Rebound comes back to Hopkins County Central. Layup back up and in. Taya White inside, able to finish at the rim for two. McCracken County on the return, leading 3-2. On the wing it comes to Bryson, to Hughes. Now cross court to Word. Open again. Her second three. No good. Rebound comes back to Preston. Gives it out straight away to Hughes. Another chance for McCracken County. Word thought about another three. Goes cross court to Bryson, to Hill at the foul line. Back in the corner to Bryson. Now to Hill. She turns baseline into the paint. Goes now straight away to Hughes. Swung left side to Word, in the corner to Preston. Preston cross court to Hughes. Hughes now at the foul line to Hill. Cross court, Bryson. Her right side three. Got it. Ari Bryson, her second three for McCracken County. 6-2, Lady Mustangs on top. Bryson tried to get the steal from Marsh. She throws it away. It'll go back to McCracken County.
Eric, you got to say one thing. That's been the best ball movement in those two offensive sequences that you and I've witnessed all year long. Just for the fans at home, the Lady Mustangs are doing a great job passing the ball in this half-court offense.
Couldn't agree more. As Hughes Euro steps in the lane, rejected emphatically by Hopkins County Central. Shout-outs to in just a moment. It'll be the other way by Nija Dolan. As Dolan goes to Taya White. Now swung into the corner. A three on the way is good as that's connected by Addie Mincer. Hopkins County Central can score in a flurry at 6-5. Lady Mustangs comes to Preston. As she gives it off to Word. Thought about the three. Straight away to Hill. Underneath Preston. Layup. Got it. Brooklyn Preston finishes at the rim. It's 8-5. Lady Mustangs on the return. Hill nearly getting the steal. Baseline is Addie Mincer. Gives it off now cross court. Mid-range jump shot is absolutely perfect from Taya White. 8-7, Lady Mustangs, 4:45 in the first. Word's open, her three, no good. Rebound back to Hopkins County Central, and a foul in the backcourt's going to be on Brooklyn Preston. Looking at the C-Plant Federal Credit Union text hotline, want to give a shout out to Emily Helen Brimmer listening in, along with her wonderful mother, Deborah Kennep, and wonderful son, Callum Brimmer is listening in. Callum Brimmer, I said it wrong. I was looking at how she said it in the text. Callum Brimmer listening in on the C-Plant Federal Credit Union text hotline, coming home from Louisville. As it is into the paint, knocked away for a moment, and it is going to be tied up by Hopkins County Central. That will send it over to McCracken County. Pretty furious pace here early on.
Yeah, Eric, I think I'm laughing a little bit. I think you missed the fans at home. That was the second foul on Brooklyn Preston, and not a foul she should have picked up. And Coach Sibbles, he just wasn't happy about it. I'm going to put it pleasant.
As Ava Hughes able to get to the rim, she finishes, makes it 10-7 Lady Mustangs. It is going to be stolen by Bryson at half court. As Bryson looks, gives rid of it to Word. Lines up another three. Got it. They are red hot behind the three-point line are the Lady Mustangs. It's 13-7, and again on a fury of a scoring pace. On the return, it is going to be Addie Mincer, knocked out of bounds off Hopkins County Central, back to McCracken County. This is the best basketball, again, we've seen from the Lady Mustangs.
It is. That was a great defensive play by Ariana Bryson. She tipped that ball and tipped it off the player from Hopkins Central to knock it out of bounds, and so she created a nice turnover there for the Lady Mustangs.
Hughes gets by her defender, kicks it out to Bryson. Another three, no good this time. Rebound comes down to Hopkins County Central. On the return, it looks to be Brynia Davidson. Now gets rid of it. Floater in the lane, up, no good. Rebound comes back to McCracken County. Hill trying to clear it under a fury of pressure taken away by Hopkins County Central. Straightaway three from Mason, no good. Rebound comes back to Hughes. Hughes double team, poked away from behind, out of bounds. It will go to McCracken County.
Yeah, Eric, you said it right. The Lady Mustangs are playing good again tonight on both ends of the floor. Right now, defensively, they've kind of just got Hopkins Central out of kind of sync there, and they're doing a good job on the defensive rebounds there as well. So right now, the Lady Mustangs are not giving Hopkins Central any opportunity to get second chance points.
It is Hughes, goes in the corner to Bryson, now in the lane to Hill, turns to Word. Her right side three, got it. The Lady Mustangs on fire. Word's third three. It's 16-7. Then another steal, but a reach-in foul is going to be, it looks like, probably on Bryson.
Yeah, Eric, and the coaching staff of the Mustangs, they don't like that. They thought that was a good, clean tip. I got to be honest with you, Eric, I agree with them there. I thought Bryson did another nice job creating a turnover there, and it was a little bit of a late whistle, but it was a good effort by Ariana Bryson to make another turnover.
It is McCracken County back defensively in a 2-3 zone as it comes now towards the left-hand side, back towards the top of the key, now in towards the left wing as it goes into the corner. Quick movement here by Hopkins County Central. The shot blocked by Hill. Up the floor it comes to Word. Left side trying to get it to Hauser. They do. Out to Hughes. Her three. No good. Rebound back to Hill. Another chance. Out to Hughes. Hughes all the way to the rim. Stripped, but right to Hill. Puts it up and in. Reagan Hill right there on the spot. It's 18-7 Lady Mustangs, 2:14 in the first. In the front court it goes, that is to Dolan. Now on the right wing, they swing it. Now back straight away to Dolan. Between two defenders, goes now into the corner. Now back towards the right wing to Braley Marsh. Top of the key, Brian Nija Dunn. These names are going to twist my tongue as it comes now. Right side, three on the way, no good. Rebound back to Hill. McCracken County trying to clear it. They do. It is going to be into the front court to Lily Hamilton. Picks up her dribble. Now to Hughes. Lady Mustangs 18-7. Hughes, right side Word. Thought about another three. Goes to Hamilton. His cross-court pass nearly picked off, and it is picked off. It's going to be taken away by Taya White. Taya turns, gives it to Brenaya Dunn, and now back to White. Goes now on the wing to Brenaya Dunn. Swung towards the wing, now in towards the corner. It is to Annie Mincer. Floater up, no good. Rebound comes back to Hughes, then taken right back by Hopkins County Central. Underneath, it's floated on the block to White. She turns up, no good. Rebound down to Hill. Great defense for the Lady Mustangs. Offense just as well. Word on the wing. Goes to Hamilton. Now swings to Hughes. Top of the key it comes to Hill. Now to Word. Off a screen. Back to Hill. Poked off and stolen. That's going to be taken away by Braley Marsh. She hands it to Mincer. Straight away. Swung right side. Lady Mustangs up 18-7. Great start from McCracken County. In towards the corner. Now back towards the straightaway to Mincer. Down to 28 seconds. Right side it is Doolin. And taken away by Hughes. Hughes in towards the front court for McCracken County. Stops, crosses over, into the lane, to the rim, puts it in. Ava Hughes between two defenders. It's 20-7, 10 seconds left. In the backcourt, it's Marsh. Now towards the left wing. Down to 5 seconds. Swung into the corner. A three from Mincer. Got it. And that's going to be the answer Hopkins County needed to end the first quarter. But the Lady Mustangs, after putting up their season high in the last game this week, on pace to do so once again, Jimmy. 20-point quarter for the Lady Mustangs.
Yeah, Eric, 77 in the last 4 quarters, 20 here in the first one. So you're off to an 80-point pace right here in the first quarter. And, Eric, you got to say it's really a combination of two things. I mean, excellent shooting outside. Right now, 4 3-pointers in this first quarter. 3 by Ashley Ward, 1 by Ariana Bryson. So excellent shooting. And then some good shooting inside. Ava Hughes drove it in there. Reagan Hills put one in so far inside. But, Eric, I've got to really like the defense so far. You know, one of the things is that I've got to say is another stat that jumped out at me in watching this first quarter. Reagan Hill's already come down with 4 rebounds so far just here in the first quarter. Reagan's doing an excellent job inside against a team that's got some height. So I got to give Reagan a lot of credit. One of the other things, Eric, I liked there just a few moments ago, I think it was Mincer who stole that ball and was driving it and looked like she wanted to take it all the way to the glass. And she saw Reagan Hill there, and I think she thought otherwise after Reagan blocked that shot on the sequence before she pulled up and decided not to try to take that ball inside against Reagan Hill. That's another thing, Eric. We got to compliment Reagan Hill. She continues to do a great job blocking shots.
No doubt. She is having a wonderful week defensively. Picked off and stolen Lily Hamilton. All the way to the rim, puts it in. And again, the Lady Mustangs, both sides of the floor, looking phenomenal. The other way it comes. On the way, picked off, stolen by Hughes. Hughes into the front court for McCracken County. She goes into the corner to Hauser. She lines up a three. No good. Rebound to Hopkins County Central. She finally missed one.
Yes, she did, Eric. I was hoping that would go in. That would have been a great start to this second quarter.
It is going to be Mincer on the right wing now. Goes to White. Swung cross court. Chain of defense from the McCracken folks here. It is going to be now on the left side to Marsh. Marsh gives it out towards Cotton. Now on the wing to Mason. Into the paint to White. Out towards Cotton. Straight away three. Got it. And Hopkins County Central is starting to heat up. It will be for McCracken County bringing it the other way. Ava Hughes. 22-13. Lady Mustangs on top. Hughes has her pass nearly picked off. Out of bounds it will go off Hopkins County Central. 22-13. Lady Mustangs on top. Scott and Carol Sibbles listening and watching, saying go Mustangs. As my dad wanted to compliment you. As had a breakfast with you this morning. He enjoyed it as always.
I do, Eric. I like seeing him each month at breakfast at the Chamber of Commerce, and so enjoyable to sit with your dad and his friends.
That's right, as it is Ava Hughes on the right wing, takes a baseline, goes cross court to Hauser. Now out to Bryson to Hamilton. Her straightaway three, no good. Rebound comes down to Hopkins County Central. On the push, it goes on the left wing. That is to Cotton. Now towards the corner, it is Mincer. Baseline drive, floater, got it. Here come the Lady Storm. The lead's down to 7, 22-15, 6:08 in the second. It goes now in towards the block, taken away by Hopkins County Central. The Lady Storm the other way. It's Mason. Picks up her dribble. Actually, there's only 4 players. There's one hurt in the backcourt. Nobody knew it. They didn't need it. Rayleigh Marsh buries a 3. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game, 22-18. And right now, Coach Sibbles wants a timeout, a 30-second timeout. Mercy. It really evaporated quickly in terms of the lead.
Yeah, Eric, one of the things that was concerning when I looked at the stats, we didn't talk too much about it pregame, but this team's pretty good outside the arc. They've got 5 players shooting above about 34-35%. So, you know, we talked about in the keys to success was a defense out on the perimeter. And these last 2 or 3 times, the Lady Mustangs have allowed them to get some really clean, open looks outside the arc, and they've hit them, and that's been the difference so far in this second quarter. I think one of the things that's key there, that was White, who looks like she limped off the floor there, maybe with an ankle injury. She is the top scorer on this team at 14 points per game.
It is going to be McCracken County on the return. It is Hughes. Now Skater Hauser, long 3, no good. It will come back towards Hopkins County Central. Down by 4 are the Lady Storm. Make it 1. A 3 in the corner is good by Mason, and this is what makes them so good. They can score in a hurry. It's a 1-point game, 22-21. Bryson all the way to the rim, blocked emphatically out of bounds, and I'd say this is a different Lady Storm team in the second quarter.
Yeah, Eric, so far for 2 minutes and 44 seconds, we got to say the Lady Mustangs won the first quarter, but right now you got to give the second quarter here to the Lady Storm. They're playing some really good defense against the Mustangs.
11-2 run in just over 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter for Hopkins County Central. Hughes in between 3 players is fouled, and she'll go shoot 2. Ava making things happen with her penetration once again, which is always tough to stop for opposing defenses. Hughes will shoot her first free throw. He is good. One more for Ava. The second free throw is good. So Hughes makes 2 of 2, 24-21. Lady Mustangs by 3, 5:08 in this second quarter. Trap at the half court. Lady Storm able to break it. Running floater in the lane, off the glass is good. And right now the Lady Storm can't miss. 24-23, Lady Mustangs on top. Hughes between the circles, goes to Hill. Backdoor cut to Hauser. She turns, goes back to the perimeter, out to Hill. Hill gives it now to Hamilton. Off a screen it goes to Hughes, now to Hill. Swung left side to Bryson. Bryson gives it to Hill, works into the lane, off the glass, puts it in.
Eric, that was a nice move by Reagan Hill. We saw that a few games back where she'd take the ball inside and drive it downhill and get a good basket. It's the first time we've seen it tonight. Reagan did a nice job.
As a floater in the lane, up, no good. Rebound comes down to Hill. Comes out towards Hughes. Walks it into the front court. Crossover dribble, now works left side, gives it to Hamilton. To Bryson, baseline drive, as it's picked off, stolen, taken away by the Lady Storm. 26-23, Lady Mustangs, 4 minutes in the second. Out top of the key, it's Marsh. Now in towards the lane as it goes to Mason. Her layup up, no good. Deflected out, chased down, controlled by Hamilton, who gets it to Hughes. Hughes, 1-on-2, all the way towards the basket. Her shot blocked. Rebound comes back to Hopkins County Central. On the return, it's Mincer. Mincer, all the way towards the block, off the glass, puts it in. Addie Mincer starting to fill it up. She's got 12. It's a 1-point game, 26-25. And a timeout on the floor. My goodness, these Lady Storm putting up a fury here in the second quarter.
Yeah, Eric, and a lot of it's been good shooting. I mean, right now, the Lady Mustangs have allowed them a number of open shots. That one was about a 10-footer in the lane, and there were no Lady Mustangs around her whatsoever, and she cleanly hit that. So, you know, right now the defenses seem to back off a little bit for the Lady Mustangs, not as strong as we saw in the first quarter. And then down here on this end, you got to give the Lady Storm credit. They cranked up their defense, where in that first half it just seemed like the Lady Mustangs had their way in their half-court offense. This second quarter, that has not been the case at all. There's been a number of turnovers here by the Lady Mustangs, and you really got to credit the Lady Storm really for the defense that they've shown in this second quarter. It's been the difference in the game between their defense and a much higher shooting percentage here in the second quarter.
So it is McCracken County leading by just one, 26-25. And Hughes into the front court for the Lady Mustangs. Goes off of a Hill screen. She's open if she wants it. She does not. She will use the dribble, work towards the block to Hamilton. Hamilton backs in, gives it back out to Hughes. Hughes almost lost the pass. Goes now off the screen, picks up the dribble, goes to Hamilton. Left wing to Hauser. Strong power drive, gives it out to Hill. Swung to Word. Word to Hamilton. Now to Hughes. Straight away to Hill. Wonderful passing right now for the Lady Mustangs. Hauser picks up the dribble to Hill. Back to Hauser. Off of a screen to Hamilton. Swings it to Word. Word now to Hill. Right side Hughes. It's a baseline drive. Floater off the glass. No good. Rebound back to Hughes though. She goes back up. No good, but a foul. And that's going to send Hughes to the foul line to shoot two.
Eric, I like that extra effort by Ava Hughes. She missed that layup there. She had a lot of pressure on her. It was an awkward shot, but she was able to come down with her own rebound and made a second attempt there to get it back up, and now she's back to the free throw line. So extra effort there by Ava Hughes to get her own rebound and get back here to the free throw line for an opportunity to extend this lead beyond just 1 point.
Ava's first free throw is too strong. No good. One more coming for Ava Hughes. Lady Mustangs held an 10-point lead, as the horn expired for the end of the first quarter. Right now, that's just a 1-point lead for McCracken County. Personally, I like 10 points better.
I do too.
As the second free throw is good. 1 of 2 for Hughes. 27-25 McCracken County. 2:32 in this second quarter. As it goes on the right side to Kalasia Mason. Swung on left wing to Mincer. Into the corner to Mason. Back out to Marsh. Quick ball movement. Now into the lane. A running floater up by Mason is good. 27-27. First tie of the game besides 0-0. It is going to be Hughes. Working right side. Gives it off to Hauser. It's Hauser. She's going to take a right side three. No good. Rebound comes loose. Chase down to Hopkins County Central. They can take their first lead of the game. Dolan on the wing now to Mincer. Floaters good, and they have taken the lead. Mincer has 14, 29-27. A tell of 2 quarters. McCracken County down by 2. It goes to Hill. To Word. As Word straight away gives it to Reed. Poked away. Stolen by Hopkins County Central. The Lady Storm a 2-point lead. Goes now into the corner. As it is now short corner to White. Now floater up. No good. Rebound is loose. and out of bounds off Hopkins County Central. Finally, an empty trip for the Lady Storm.
Yeah, Eric, and I thought that was going to go in. That was a 15-foot jumper there. She was open on that shot right there, and I thought Mason was going to put that in. And unfortunately for the Lady Mustangs, she missed that, and the rebound went out of bounds. So the Mustangs, Erica, must score here with just a minute left in this second quarter to go in halftime tied.
It is going to be Hill on the wing to Hauser. Baseline drive. Her shot partially blocked. It is out of bounds. It will go to McCracken County.
Eric, I got to give Mason credit. That's her third block shot in the second quarter, and they've all been clean. And so for Skater there, unfortunately, she wasn't able to get that up past Mason and get it on the glass.
It's McCracken County to inbound as it comes in to Hughes. Goes in the corner. Open is Hauser. Her three. Got it. Skater Hauser continues her hot shooting. It's 30-29. Lady Mustangs by 1. Swinging, it goes to the right side to Mason. Picks up the dribble, now into the corner to Mincer. Three, no good. Rebound back to Central. Put up and in, and a foul as White able to finish at the rim. She'll go to the line to tack on a three-point play.
Eric, the Lady Mustangs going to get the last opportunity here. They could be down 1 or 2 points pending this free throw. So 29 seconds left on the clock for the Lady Mustangs to tie it up here before halftime.
The free throw, no good. Rebound tipped around, out of bounds off the Lady Storm. It will go to McCracken County. Lady Mustangs trail by 1, 29.6 here in the second quarter. Ava Hughes to walk it up as she goes on the wing to Hamilton. Now to Hauser. Swung to Hughes. To Word. She's open. Her three. No good. Rebound back to Hill. Another chance. 7 seconds left. Hughes off of a screen. In towards the lane. To the rim. Puts it up. No good, but she's fouled. Ava Hughes will go to the foul line to shoot 2. And 2 seconds on the clock in what has been an entertaining first half.
It's been a tale of 2 quarters.
That's the truth. The free throw is good. That ties it at 31. One more for Ava Hughes. To try to give the Lady Mustangs a 1-point lead. The second free throw for the 5'6" freshman is no good. Rebound comes back to Hopkins County Central, and that will do it for the first half of play. After one half, we're right where we are to start the game. All even, 31-31. When we come back, the first half scoring, followed by the Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments, all when we return. 99.5 The Fan.
Do you avoid going to the doctor because of all the hassle? Figuring out your copay, your deductible? Will your insurance even pay for this? Is this provider in your network? There's no hassle at Estes Chiropractic. The Back Brothers. They cut their fees so they could cut out the middleman. The Back Brothers dropped their fees enough so they don't have to fool with insurance. And neither do you. They don't do insurance at Estes. They just take good care of you. Give Paducah's Back Brothers a call. Estes Chiropractic, the Back Brothers.
Flooring America's After Christmas sale is going on now. These are going to be the lowest prices you'll see this year. Flooring America has the largest selection of vinyl flooring, carpet, tile, and hardwood floors. And you just need to see their large selection of clearance area rugs. Of course, if you need your floor installed, Flooring America has insured professionals that will do it for you. Flooring America's After Christmas sale is going on right now. Start the new year with some new floors from Flooring America, 5150 Heartland Drive in Paducah.
Rudy's Farm Center is your locally owned farm, industrial, and hardware store in Keppel. Now, the Rudy family is proud to be a part of Mustang Nation. Why don't you come out and enjoy a bag of famous popcorn? It's just 10 minutes from the school campus out on Highway 60. While you're there, take a good look at the selection of Traeger wood pellet grills, a great addition for your tailgate party. At Rudy's Farm Center, down Highway 60 in Cabot.
It's tax time, baby. Got big plans for that tax refund? How about upgrading your kitchen or laundry appliances? You got to check out Purchase Appliances in Cardinal Point Shopping Center, Paducah, or Dameron's Appliances in La Center. They have new or used for every budget and all with a warranty. Come see why they are your local Speed Queen Laundry authorized dealer and servicer. You've tried the rest, now use the best. Come in and let them explain why Speed Queen has been and will continue to be rated the best in the market. Purchase Appliances in Paducah or Dameron's Appliances in La Center.
At Seed Plant Federal Credit Union, we're not just any financial institution. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your financial family. Seed Plant has been serving our community for over 70 years, and we're proud to be a part of your financial success. If you live, work, worship, or go to school in Western Kentucky, come see us so you can experience the Seed Plant difference. Learn more at seedplant.com. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Grabbing dinner after school activities, scooping up salad to help you stay on track with your diet, sweets off the buffet, and it's all from one stop. Yep, that's Pizza Inn, your destination for variety and a family-friendly environment. Delicious food and delicious deals with Senior Day every Wednesday, Kids Day every Thursday, and Tuesday takeout specials. Buffet, delivery, carry-out, catering. For pizza outs, it's Pizza Inn.
Just like your fingerprint, your heartbeat is unique to you. And that's how your heart care should be too. So at Baptist Health, we focus on your specific cardiac needs, from preventive care to some of the most advanced procedures. For your one-of-a-kind heart, choose the one hospital system more people trust for their heart care. Baptist Health. It's care centered on you. Visit baptisthealth.com/heartcare.
Discover the difference that comes from a financial partner committed to building better tomorrows. I'm Darren Rudolph with Baird Private Wealth Management in Paducah. As a provider of trusted financial services in Paducah, Baird is committed to making the future brighter for you and for our community. That's why we support local organizations like United Way and West Kentucky Fellowship of Christian Athletes, because we care about Paducah. Discover the Baird difference. Visit paducah.bairdwealth.com.
Craig Culver on Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixers.
Summer just isn't complete without this treat. We take our frozen custard and add salted caramel. Then pick your favorite mix in. Cookie dough, brownie pieces, or how about Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? We spin it by hand. I love seeing that caramel swirl through the custard. There it is. Come on in for the Culver's Salted Caramel Concrete Mixer. Welcome to Delicious.
Stop in at Culver's on Highway 60 in Paducah.
Lady Mustangs and the Lady Storm tied at 31 as we welcome you back to the Baird broadcast booth alongside Jimmy Garrett. I'm Eric Chumbler. Thanks for joining us tonight. It has been a fun first little bit of the action here tonight. And with the first half scoring, we welcome back Jimmy Garrett.
So taking a look first at the Lady Storm overall tonight, 5 different scores tonight for the Lady Storm, led by Addie Menser. She ended up with 14 points, Eric. 8 of those come in that second quarter.
Wow.
All of them from the field there. 4 2-pointers there from the field for Menser. She was really hot there in the second quarter. That made a big difference in that comeback that the Lady Storm had in that second quarter. The other scores tonight for the Lady Storm, a White, she ended up with 6 points, a Mason with 5, a Marsh with 3, and then Cotton with 3. So overall tonight, just 5 scores so far in this game for the Lady Storm. Taking a look at the Lady Mustangs, just 6 scores tonight so far in this game. Right now led by Ashley Ward, a total of 9 points. All 9 of those coming in the first quarter off of 3 threes. Second leading scorer, Ava Hughes, she's got 8 points. Interesting enough, 4 of those 8 points have come from the free throw line tonight, just 2 from the field, and those were both in the first quarter. The other scores tonight for the Lady Mustangs. Reagan Hill, she has 4 points. Skater Hauser, she hit a three-pointer there in the second quarter for 3. Brooklyn Preston has 2, and Lily Hamilton has 2. So overall for the Lady Mustangs, Erica, pretty good start. 5 3-pointers so far in this first half. 4 of those coming in the first quarter, just 1 in the second quarter. But interesting enough, Eric, when we go up here and look at it, Lady Storm matched him with 5 3-pointers.
That's right.
So they matched him even up. Overall, they matched them even up on the three-point line. So interesting enough, and when you look at the stats, Eric, one of the things that jumped out at me was 21-10 at the end of the first quarter. And what the Lady Storm, they scored 21 in the second, and the Lady Mustangs only scored 10. I mean, that's how you get to a tied game. So interestingly enough, me and you made a comment, a tale of 2 quarters, and every stat says that very thing.
Agreed. As that is the first half scoring. Got some shout-outs to get to. I'll try to chip away at those. First one is to Chris, Jamie, Harper, and Chandler Jones listening in. Good to hear from you all. As Chandler was on the bench helping Coach Sibbles tonight. I actually saw her in the pregame on the floor as she was dancing around with Lazaria and a few of the others, and that was fun to see. Let's take a look at the Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments. When you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic Center, Central Avenue in Paducah. For the Lady Mustangs, returning to the increase in defensive pressure in the half court.
Yeah, Eric, we saw them play really good defense in that half court in that first quarter. That's what got that 11-point lead. But that second quarter, it just looked like it didn't have the same intensity, and that allowed a number of those open shots just for the fans at home. Not only you could say that overall the Lady Storm shot the ball better in the second quarter, but really it was the shot selection. They were wide open. There just wasn't any pressure on the shooters in that second quarter, so there were easy shots to make. And so I think that was one of the big differences we saw first quarter to second quarter. It just seemed like the Lady Mustangs dropped back a little bit defensively. They need to go back and increase that intensity from a defensive standpoint here in the second half.
Also for McCracken County tonight, that is limit the turnovers.
Eric, that was a big difference here in the second quarter as well. You and I witnessed a number. They were down on this end of the court. The Lady Mustangs were offensively, and they had a number of turnovers, a number of sequences where they didn't even get a shot off whatsoever. So I think, Eric, one of the things is they've done well against Livingston Central. We talked about that pregame. They did it in the first quarter of this game, is really limit their turnovers. Unfortunately, they had a number of turnovers in that second quarter.
Last but not least, that is to continue to bury the threes.
Yeah, Eric, it's really made a difference in this stage of the season. We saw the Lady Mustangs really hit a drought, not only some individual players, but as a team. They hit a real drought here mid-season, and since the Tillman game, they've got back on track. They did a good job, as you and I have talked about, with Livingston Central, and they did a good job here in the first half of this game. So, Eric, I think one of the things is that could be a difference in this game, with both of them making 5 3-pointers apiece. When you look at Hopkins Central, three-pointer is a big part of their offensive threat. They average 59 points a game. I think, Eric, it could very much so come down to which one of these two teams makes the most three-pointers in this second half.
Certainly. That is the Estes Chiropractic Center second half adjustments. When you need that back adjustment, go see the Back Brothers, Kevin and Kelly Estes of Estes Chiropractic, Central Avenue in Paducah. As I look on the Seaplant Federal Credit Union text hotline tonight, good to hear from good buddy Foster Janes, his third grader listening in, and he's doing homework tonight. If he comes over to my school, he won't have to worry about that. We may have to get him on over. As you were saying?
I got one question.
Yeah.
Does Foster have his shirt on?
It's a good question. If it's a football game, he does not. I don't know about doing homework, though, if that is something. But if you know him on the sideline, he's always on the sideline being the manager without a shirt.
Yeah, he does. The young man does not like wearing a shirt. And so I got to ask the question, does he have a shirt on while he's home doing homework here in the dead middle of the month of February?
Right. Or is it just during every football game?
Maybe we'll get a response.
That's
on
right. As it is McCracken County with the ball. As it goes to Ava Hughes on the right-hand side. Picks up her dribble, goes straight away to Ashley Word. As Word angles towards the left wing using her dribble. Now top of the key as it comes to Hill. Hill, backdoor cut to Hughes between two defenders. Back to Hill, 15-foot jump shot, no good. Rebound tipped around, still tipped. Comes back to Hopkins County Central. Tied at 31, 7.5 minutes in the third, and then nearly taken away. Knocked loose. It is picked off by Word. Word gives it up to Bryson on the wing. In the lane to Hill. Right side Hughes. Her open three. Short. Rebound. Comes long. Back to Hughes. As Hughes thought about it. Gives the dribble down now. And works on the right sideline. Baseline drive between two defenders. Puts it up and in. Ava Hughes able to finish at the rim. To answer your question, he actually wasn't wearing one at the time. Good call.
That would have been yes.
That's right. As a left side three up, no good. Rebound back to Hopkins County Central. Rebound comes down to Hill, though, and Hill will turn it for McCracken County the other way. Gives it up to Hughes. 6:50 in the third quarter, 33-31. Hughes, Euro steps in the lane. Layup, no good. Rebound, instead a foul called. That's going to be on Hopkins County Central. That will send Hughes to the foul line for two.
Eric, that was one of the things I noted early in the game. You know, I had a little bit of an interesting face at the beginning of the game, really pre-tip-off. And one of the things is we got our favorite official here who has a little bit of delayed whistle, and that was an example of that.
As the free throw from Hughes is good. That gives the Lady Mustangs the first 3 points of the quarter. Hughes, all three of those. One more coming for Hughes. The second free throw is no good. Rebound is to Hopkins County Central. Lady Mustangs on top, 34-31. His right side open three from Mason is good. Kalea Mason all by herself. She buries it, and that ties it up. It is going to be Preston all the way to the rim, off the glass, no good. Rebound to Hill, though. Turns up, no good. Rebound to Preston. She goes back up, no good. Rebound taken back by Hopkins County Central. Mason on the left-hand drive. Her shot up, no good, but she's fouled. And that's going to send Kalea Mason to the foul line to shoot. Oh, I'm sorry, Benaya Doolin to the line to shoot two. That is on Word, her first. Hard collision, but it went the way of Hopkins County Central. So Dolan to shoot two. Free throw, no good. One more coming for Dolan. Second free throw. Short rebound comes back to McCracken County. Lady Mustangs on top. Nope, tied, 34-34. As it goes to Bryson. Top of the key to Preston. Now left side to Hughes. Is her pass deflected, knocked loose, taken away by Hopkins County Central. Mincer to the rim, up, no good. Rebound back to Mason, put up, no good. Mason gets it again, turns towards the wing, 15-footer, no good. Rebound back to Hopkins County Central and put in by White. 4 chances there, gives Hopkins County Central the lead, 36-34. 5:40 in the third. Preston left side to Word, goes now to Hill. Hill picks up the dribble, gives it off to Hughes off a curl. Now straight away to Preston. Left side to Bryson. Thought about the three. Baseline drive to the rim. Off the glass and in.
Eric, that was a great move by Ariana Bryson. We've not seen that in her game either, but that was a nice. She kind of looked like she was going to take a three-pointer and then drove it all the way to the rim.
Backdoor cut to Mason. Her layup is good as Kalea Mason sneaks behind the Lady Mustang defense. 38-36, Lady Storm. 5 minutes, third quarter. Left side, Bryson off of a screen. Now to Hill. Gives it to Word. As Word now to Preston. Underneath, nice pass to Hill. Layup partially blocked. Back to Hill, and she's fouled. She'll go shoot two. And so Reagan Hill just putting in all the work for McCracken County this year on the block. Does so again. And she'll go shoot two for it. The free throw for Hill is good. Skater Hauser checks in, also Lily Hamilton as well. 4:51 in the third, a chance for Hill to tie it. One more for Hill. Second free throw is good. It's a brand new game once again, tied at 38. 4:51 in this third quarter. Renaya Dolan, goes on the wing to Kalea Mason. To Dolan. In towards the perimeter. Now on the block it goes to Mason. Her shot blocked by Hill, but a foul. And that's going to send Mason to the foul line to shoot two. This team is difficult to defend because of what they can do both outside and inside. They can rebound you to death as well. The free throw from Mason is good. In this third quarter, and one exchange a couple exchanges ago, 4 offensive rebounds for Hopkins County Central.
He did. They've done a nice job inside.
The second free throw is good. Mason makes them both. 2-point lead for the Lady Storm. It's 40-38. Hughes up the floor for McCracken County. Baseline drive all the way to the rim. Partially blocked. She's fouled. And so Ava Hughes will shoot two. Trying to tie this one back up for McCracken County. First one for Ava is no good. One more for Hughes. And it's no good. Rebound to Hopkins County Central, then knocked out of bounds. It will go to the Lady Storm. Lady Mustangs trail by 2, 40-38. 4:27 in this third quarter. Alongside jump ball Jimmy Garrett, I'm airball Eric Chumbler. Thanks for joining us tonight in the friendly confines of Strawberry Hills Stramacy Arena. As it comes down top of the key to Mincer. Swung right side to Mason. Her three, no good. Rebound comes down to Hamilton. Gives it off left side to Hughes. The Lady Mustangs the other way, trailing by 2. Hughes crosses it over into the lane, to the rim. Off the glass, no good. Rebound comes back to the Lady Storm. As a picked up dribble, now comes straight away to Marsh. Right side to White underneath. Mason layup good. And this is the biggest lead for the Lady Storm. It's a 4-point lead. 42-38. It is going to be Hughes with the ball. Comes to Hamilton. Swings it left side to Word. As Word thought about it, gives it to Hill. Swings it right side, Hughes. Off a screen, Hughes comes now straight away to Hamilton. Gives it off to Hauser. Hauser, her shot partially blocked. A lot of contact, no call. Back the other way it comes the Lady Storm. White to Mason. Cross court it goes to Mincer. Her three, no good. Rebound comes down to Lily Hamilton. She races up the left sideline. She slows it down, gives rid of it to Hughes. Hughes angles in, off the glass, puts it in. Stops the bleeding a little bit for McCracken County, trailing by 2, 42-40. Here comes a trap. Lady Storm pass over it, now in the corner to Mincer. And now it goes now at the foul line to Mason. Nice pass underneath. White blocked by Hughes. Gives it up, now back to McCracken County. Hughes into the front court, all the way towards the rim. Off the glass and in. A nice sequence there by Hughes. It's tied at 42. 2:28 in this third quarter. It is going to be Dolan. Now on the wing to Mason. Baseline drive, takes contact, gets it to White. White now left side, a three coming from Mincer, no good. Rebound comes to Skater Hauser. Try to get it to Word, taken back by Mincer. Mincer underneath to White, taken back by Hamilton. Gives it up to Hughes. 2 minutes left in the third. Hughes left side, goes to Hauser. Her three, no good. Rebound comes back to Hopkins County Central. Racing the other way, it's Mason to Dolan, to the rim. Puts it in, and she's fouled. A feverish sequence back and forth, ends in an and one for the Lady Storm. And Dolan to shoot one. Brenijah Dolan, her and one free throw. is good. And that will bring a timeout from the Lady Storm. 45-42. Hopkins County Central by 3. Jump ball, Jimmy. This one's been an entertaining one. Back and forth here in the third.
Yeah, Eric, you got to say, we talked about the Lady Mustangs winning the first quarter, the Lady Storm winning the second. This one's been even up. Granted, right now the Lady Storm have a 3-point lead, but overall this quarter's been back and forth, even up so far. Both of these teams scoring a little over 10 points. The Lady Mustangs with 11 and overall the Lady Storm with 14. So pretty even game. The Lady Mustangs get a score here. They can keep matched up with them going into the fourth quarter. But, Eric, if this game continues on through the next 1 minute and 52 seconds as it has so far, it's going to be an interesting fourth quarter.
Lady Mustangs playing pretty well defensively, but credit to the Lady Storm. They are moving the ball well, finding shots, and that's when you tip your hat a little bit.
Yeah, Eric, Coach Sybil's got to be a little bit frustrated. There's been 2 or 3 times in this corner. They've done a backdoor cut there and been wide open. Neither Reagan Hill nor Ava Hughes dropped back there, and both times really allowed Mason to get around him and just have an easy layup. For a coach, that's always frustrating when you allow the offensive player to get behind you defensively right at the basket. And the Lady Storm have done it a couple times, if not 3 times so far in this third quarter.
So the Lady Mustangs will have the ball, trailing by 3 with 1:52 in the third, 45-42, Hopkins County Central. Hughes walks it up. 3-2 zone for the Lady Storm. Hughes, Word, Hamilton in the corner. Cross court to Hughes. Between 3 defenders, gives it out Hauser. Her 3 for the tie. Got it! Hauser continues to make it rain. It's 45-45, 1:25 in the third. Lady Storm with it as Dolan to Mason. Between 2, puts one up, no good. Rebound back to White. Gives it underneath to Mason. Her layup no good. Back to White again. Puts it up no good. And she's fouled. And again, that is where Hopkins County Central can absolutely hurt you.
Yeah, Eric, and we didn't see that in the first quarter. The first quarter, Reagan Hill dominated the boards, but really over the last 2 quarters, you got to give the credit to Lady Storms. They've done an excellent job on the offensive boards, and that's been somewhat of a difference in this game.
Mason makes the first free throw. She'll have one more. That gives the Lady Storm a 1-point lead. 1:07 in the third. The second free throw is no good. Rebound comes down to Hill. Lady Mustangs trail by 1, 46-45. Hughes across the timeline at the foul line to Hill. Right side to Word, in the corner to Hamilton. Cross court to Hughes, down low to Hill. Her layup is good. Reagan Hill underneath gives the Lady Mustangs a 1-point lead. It's 47-46. It will be on the return. Dolan. Right on the horse head at half court. On to Mason. Baseline drive on the block. Loses it out of bounds. It will go back to McCracken County. 35 seconds in the third. 47-46. The Lady Mustangs by 1. And Hamilton will inbound it to Hughes, and play resumes. See how patient the Lady Mustangs want to be in these final 30 seconds. To Hamilton. To Hill. Flex offense here for the Lady Mustangs. To Hughes. Out to Hauser. Skater goes on the wing to Hill. Down to 13 seconds. Down to 10. Now to Hughes out top. Down to 8, off a screen. Hughes all the way to the rim, off the glass, no good. Hill gets it, knocked loose again to Hughes, fade away, short, rebound, comes down to Hopkins County Central, and that will do it for the third quarter of play. After 3, the Lady Mustangs lead by 1, 47-46. Overall, Jimmy Garrett, this one has been nip and tuck ever since about midway through the second quarter.
It has, Eric. I mean, overall, this has been a really tight game, and I do like the way the Lady Mustangs are playing. This is a competitive team. Like I mentioned earlier, they score 59 points a game, so offensively, they've got a big advantage. They outscore the Lady Mustangs by about 10 points a game. So I think the Lady Mustangs, Eric, have played solid other than that second quarter where they laxed a little bit overall. Defensively, they've played good. They've scored some points here. Ava Hughes has been a big part taking the ball to the rim. Skater Hauser hitting another three-pointer. Reagan Hill coming down with an offensive rebound, putting it back up. It was unfortunate Reagan couldn't get that last rebound back up and extend that lead out a little bit further before the start of this fourth quarter. So interesting enough, Eric, this game could come down to the wire.
So the Lady Mustangs up by 1, 47-46 to start this fourth quarter. As the Lady Storms will inbound it and enjoy this final stanza. It should be a fun one here tonight. Lady Storm get it into the front court as it goes to Mason on the wing. Underneath, try to get it to White. Knocked away, stolen by Hill. Hill clears it to Hughes. Lady Mustangs to return the opposite way, up by 1. Hughes. Right hand dribble comes to Hill. Swings it left side to Hauser. Hauser now to Word. To Hill. Backdoor cut to Hughes. Between 3 defenders, taken away by Hopkins County Central. On the return, it's Mincer to the rim. Up, no good, but she's fouled. So Mincer will go to the foul line to shoot 2. Had a really big first half. She had 14, 0 in the third. And now she'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws. The first free throw for Mincer is good. That ties it up at 47.
Eric, just to note, she's the top free throw shooter on this team right here, right at 73%.
Her second free throw is no good. Rebound comes down to Reagan Hill. Great job boxing out and clearing that board. 47 up, 7:18 left in the game. Skater Hauser off a screen at the foul line to Hill straight away. To Word on the wing. Word to Hamilton. Now swings it to Hughes. Hughes to Hill to Hauser. Baseline drive by Hauser. 10-footer short. Rebound comes back to Hopkins County Central. Lady Storm on the return. It's Dolan. Goes now left side to Marsh. Marsh gives it off in the corner to Mincer. Back to Marsh. To Mincer. To Dolan. 2-3 zone for McCracken County. In the corner now, it goes to Dolan. To Marsh, to Mincer. As Mincer stops, gives it to White. 15-footer. Got it. Taya White gives the Lady Storm the lead again. It's 49-47. Lady Mustangs trail by 2. 6:20 left in the game. Hughes crosses it over. Gives it out to Hamilton. Swung left side to Hauser. Hauser straight away to Hill. Now to Word. To Hamilton. Now to Hughes. And a whistle and an emphatic screen by Hamilton's going to be an offensive foul, I think, on Lily Hamilton. The Lady Mustangs bench thought it was on Hopkins County Central. That will be on McCracken County. And checking in is going to be Brooklyn Preston. The Lady Mustangs right now trailing by 2, 49-47. Lady Storm the ball. As Dolan floats it to Mincer in the corner to Marsh. Out to Dolan. It gets through her hands into the backcourt, taken away by Word. Knocked out of bounds to Coach Sibbles. And it looks like it is the officials looking. They do not know. And the back official pointed to Hopkins County Central. Coach Sibbles is furious. And that is a jump ball. Coach Sibbles is mildly upset.
Oh, I thought for a second there Coach Sibbles was going to get a technical.
He is in the face of Mr. Don, the official.
Eric, you know what he's upset about? He's upset about that foul on Lily Hamilton just a moment ago. That's where he's pointing to on the floor. He is upset about that foul just a moment ago.
Oh, is the officials going to converse? I absolutely love watching Coach Civils coach. It's why he's in the top 30 in all-time wins in the state of Kentucky. The jump ball will give it to McCracken County. Coach Civils continues to discuss the previous foul on Lily Hamilton.
Eric, I think what he's arguing, I think this is a good call, Eric, that the Lady Storm player touched the ball after it went back, of course, to half court. And that would have been a back court call.
I see what you're saying.
And instead, the Lady Mustangs lost the jump ball. Now it'll be back to the Lady Storm. That's what he's upset about.
As it goes left side, Hauser, open three, got it! Big time three for Skater Hauser. Gives the Lady Mustangs a 1-point lead, 50-49. White has it taken away and stolen. Up the floor to Hauser. Her layup no good. Rebound comes back to Hopkins County Central and a reach-in foul on McCracken County. It will be the Lady Storm the ball. The Lady Mustangs a precious 1-point lead, 50-49, 5:21 left in regulation. Walking it up is Brenaya Dolan. Goes on the wing to Mincer, to Dolan. Swung left side to Mason. 2-3 zone continues for McCracken County. In the corner to Marsh. Marsh out to Mincer, to Dolan, to Mincer, to Marsh. Slowly working it around the perimeter, now into the lane. A floater up, partially blocked, but a foul on McCracken County. That will send to the foul line Addie Mincer. Coach Civils coaching his tail off all year long, tonight included. His free throw is good.
Eric, I got to give a credit to one player here for the Lady Storm, Addie Mincer, who scored a lot of points. She's got to look like she's serious.
She does. As she makes both, that gives the Lady Storm a 51-50 lead, 4:50 left in regulation. Hughes angles right side. Goes top of the key to Word. Word now angles left side. Goes to the wing. Nope, straight away to Hughes, or to Hill, excuse me, now to Hughes. Preston stops. Back out to Word. Top of the key to Hill. Now off of the screen, Hughes to Preston. Left side, Hauser. Her three. Got it! Skater Hauser continues her big-time shooting. 53-51. Lady Mustangs by 2. On the wing it goes. That is to Mincer. Swung on the wing to Mason. She crosses it over. Gives it off to White. 15-footer. Got it.
You know, Eric, I think White's made every 15-footer from the baseline she's taken tonight.
She has. It's 53-53. 3:50 left in the game. As Preston goes to Hill at the foul line. To Word. Her three. No good. Rebound comes back to Hopkins County Central. Lady Storm on the return. On the left-hand side, it's Mincer. Over to Mason. Her 15-footer. No good. Back to Mason. 10-footer. No good. Rebound comes down to Hill. Hill looking to clear it, and she gets a timeout from Coach Scott Civils. It is going to be, as we await the signal, a full timeout. 3:28 left in the game. 53-53. Both of these teams playing their heart out tonight, Jimmy Garrett.
They are. I mean, you love to see a competitive game between two high school teams. And these teams, Eric, you got to admit, overall are pretty evenly matched. I mean, you got to give a little height and size advantage to the Lady Storm. And at times, they have gotten a lot of boards. But, Eric, I can tell you right now, just a rough count tonight. Reagan Hill's in double digits tonight for rebounds. I'll be interested to see that blank filled in when we look at the stats. And that was another key rebound there that Reagan Hill came down. So, Eric, you got to say this has been a match game. But, you know, one of the things I said at halftime in my notes, Eric, was who made the most threes could win this game. And you got to admit right now making three-pointers is what's kept the Lady Mustangs in this game in the second half.
53-53. 6 points this quarter for McCracken County. That's all to Skater Hauser. 2 big threes for her. She's got 4 in the game. She's had 5 each of the last 2 games. 5 2 games ago, 5 last game. for here tonight.
And like I said, she only had 12 all season up to that point. So, you know, she's doubled plus her total in just 3 games compared to the first 20 games.
It will be into Hughes. The game resumes, tied at 53. 3:25 left in the game. Goes on the wing to Word. On the block to Hill. Turns up and in. Reagan Hill puts the Lady Mustangs back on top. It's 55-53. Hopkins County Central the return. Goes on the right wing to Mason. Swung now on the left-hand side to Mincer. To Mason. To Mincer. Now in the lane to White. Her layup got it. Taya White finishes again. It's 55-55. Ava Hughes the return. Goes on the wing to Preston to Hauser. Poked away, and a reach-in foul is going to be on Mason. That's the first team foul of the quarter for the Lady Storm. Lady Mustangs will inbound it sideline out of bounds. As it comes into Hughes. Hughes off a screen on the right-hand side. Picks up her dribble. Looking for Hill on the block. Goes straight away to Preston. Puts the dribble down. Stops. Out to Hughes. Down to 2:25 left in the game. Hughes, baseline drive, cut off. Comes back now towards the straightaway to Preston. Left side to Hauser. Off a screen. Hauser, off balance shot. No good, but she's fouled. Skater Hauser will go to the foul line to shoot 2. That is the 4th on Mason. 2 free throws here for Hauser to try to give McCracken County the lead. The first free throw. Got it. 1 more coming for Hauser. The second free throw. Got it. Lady Mustangs by 2, 57-55. Lily Hamilton checks back in. Word getting a breather. 2:15 left in the game. Walking it up is Brenia Dolan. She goes to Mincer. To Dolan. To Mason. It's on the wing, now in the corner to Mincer. Behind her defender, 17-footer, no good. Rebound comes down to Hamilton, who gives it to Hughes. Hughes will walk it up for McCracken County. Lady Mustangs by 2, 1:50 left in the game. Hughes picks up her dribble, in some trouble, and that brings a timeout and a frustrated look from head coach Scott Sibbles. It is a full timeout, 1:47 left. Coach Sibbles, he is all out tonight, isn't he?
He is, Eric. You know, we always get entertained by him when he gets frustrated. And, you know, there's been several times in this game he's been frustrated, none more than with the official there in a few moments ago. And like I said, Eric, once I figured out what he was talking to the official about, I had to agree with him. I think that the Lady Storm player touched the ball after it crossed half court, which would have been a back court. And right now, when you look down there on the at the scoreboard for the fans at home, the jump ball goes the Lady Storm's way because they couldn't determine who knocked it out of bounds, and they ended up calling a jump ball and used up the jump ball for the Lady Mustangs. And so Coach Sibbles knows how critical that arrow is when you come down to the stretch of game where you get a tied ball and you can keep the ball in your end. Unfortunately, because of that call, it'll go towards the Lady Storm. So understood why Coach Sibbles was pretty upset there early on in the quarter.
Lady Mustangs a 2-point lead, 57-55. It is 1:40 left in regulation. It's Word on the wing. Gives it to Hughes. Hughes puts the left-hand dribble down, stops, 17-footer, got it! Ava Hughes gives the Lady Mustangs a 4-point lead, 1:28 left in the game. Mason races the other way, gives it to Mincer. 2-3 zone for the Lady Mustangs. On the wing it goes, back out to Mason, swung to Mincer. 1:15 left, short corner it goes now. That's in the corner to Mason, on the block to White. Her floater, no good. Rebound, out of bounds, off McCracken County. It will go to the Lady Storm. 1:07 left in the game, 59-55 McCracken County. Lily Hamilton checks back in. Word to the bench. It'll be Dolan to inbound it. Dolan looking. And a timeout for the Lady Storm. As they were up. Jimmy, big sequence here for both sides.
Yeah, Eric, you got 1:07 left right here. Good thing for the Lady Mustangs. They did increase it to a 4-point lead on that 17-foot jumper by Ava Hughes. So right now, Eric, what you need to do is you need to get a stop or a turnover here, or at least keep the Lady Storm to only getting a 2-pointer in this sequence here, and then make sure you don't turn over the ball. And you can walk out of here with possibly a 2-point lead or a 4-point lead if you can stop them from scoring in a sequence. I think, Eric, another important thing tonight for the Lady Mustangs in this last 1:07 is if they can get a turnover here, more than likely the Lady Storm are going to end up fouling them. So the Lady Mustangs are going to be on the free throw line. So shooting free throws down the stretch could be key here for the Lady Mustangs to pull out this close victory. When you look at free throw shooters on the floor for this team, you know, Ava Hughes goes to the line the most, but she's only a little above 50%. Reagan Hill, if I was to pick somebody on this starting lineup to put on the free throw line, it's Reagan Hill. She's at 72% from the free throw line, 2 for 2 tonight as well. She's a good free throw shooter. So right now, Reagan Hill would be one to make sure the ball is in her hands if they're going to foul. Lily Hamilton's on the floor as well. She's another good free throw shooter for this team so far this season.
Lady Storm to inbound it, down by 4, 1:07 left in the game. Dolan to inbound it. She goes out top, nearly taken away, knocked loose, but it comes back to Hopkins County Central. Mason to the rim, up, no good. Rebound comes down to Hamilton. She's looking to clear it, she does to Hughes. Ava surrounded, gets away and is fouled. That'll be just the third team foul on the Lady Storm. Lady Mustangs will have to inbound it, 54 seconds left in regulation. Lady Mustangs trying to win 4 of their last 5. It will be Hauser to inbound it as Coach Sybil's getting in a little bit of words to an official. Now play resumes. Comes into Hughes, and she is pushed. Coach is looking for an intentional. It was a little bit of a two-hand shove.
Eric, I think the little is a fair statement. I think a little more would have been right.
As it goes into Preston. Brooklyn is going to be fouled. That will send Brooklyn to the foul line to shoot 2. So Preston will go to the foul line for McCracken County. The 5'6" junior guard. The first one is no good.
Eric, that rolled in and out 2 times off the rim. I thought that was going to fall for Brooklyn for sure, and unfortunately it didn't. That would have extended us out to a 5-point lead.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound comes down to Hopkins County Central. They race the other way. Mason all the way to the rim, puts it up and in. That cuts it to a 2-point game. 59-57, 37 seconds left. Hughes will bring it up for McCracken County. She crosses half court towards the left-hand side of the floor. Gets by her defender into the lane. Now circles back out top. Knocked loose, but she's fouled. And that will send Ava Hughes to the foul line for 2 massive free throws.
Yeah, Eric, the key is here for Ava Hughes. Like I said, she's barely over 50% from the free throw line, right at 57. So I think it's critical here for Ava to hit this first one, get that 3-point lead for the Lady Mustangs, gain that confidence to sink this second one. So important first shot here for Ava Hughes.
First one is no good. The second free throw. It's no good. It is Hopkins County Central with the ball and a timeout. 25 seconds left in regulation. 2 big free throws left on the floor right there for McCracken County. Now if you're the Lady Storm, you've been given a gift. You've got a chance to tie or potentially take the lead.
Yeah, Eric, I think the one thing that makes me a little uncomfortable in here, I think more than likely the Lady Storm with 25 seconds, they're going to want to drive this ball inside. And I think the criticality of it is for the Lady Mustangs is if you're going to let them drive it inside, don't let them get it up against the glass and get an opportunity to get a three-point play at the free throw line. I think right now for the Lady Mustangs, they've got to force them to shoot the ball without foul, and if they make that two-pointer, you can still get the ball back and get an opportunity to win the game. But I think the worst-case scenario here for the Lady Mustangs is Mason, maybe White, try to get the ball inside, try to get it up against the glass, get a bucket, and pick up a free throw. So right now it'll be interesting to see what Coach Civils is telling his team in the huddle over there to make sure they don't allow happen here with this last possession by the Lady Storm.
59-57, the Lady Mustangs a precious 2-point lead. It will be Hopkins County Central the ball, 25.1 left in regulation. A foul by any team sends the other to the foul line. It will be into the front court. Bringing it up is White. White into the lane, gives it out, knocked away, recovered. Mason back to White, knocked away and stolen by the Lady Mustangs. 13 seconds remaining, down to 10 seconds, and Hughes is going to be fouled where she has a chance to redeem herself with 2 more.
She does, Eric. These are critical right here. You know, overall, Ava Hughes has got to get her confidence up. Her teammates are down here giving her a hug, pat on the back, and cheering her on to walk up to the line here and hit these 2 free throws. And Reagan Hill did a nice job there talking to Ava, really the senior player on this floor right now as a junior. Reagan Hill taking the time to talk to the freshman there and give her a little bit of coach and a little bit of confidence to step up to the free throw line and hit these 2 free throws.
It is 9.6 left in this game. The Lady Mustangs a 59-57 lead. The Lady Mustangs jumped out to an 11-point lead to start, 21-10, and then in the second quarter, the Lady Storm outscored the Lady Mustangs 21-10 to tie it at 31. After 3, the Lady Mustangs a 1-point lead, 47-46. Here with 9.6 left, the Lady Mustangs a 59-57 lead. 2 free throws coming up for Ava Hughes. Regardless, if you are McCracken County, you've got to play strong defense for one more time, whether it's a 2-point lead, a 3-point lead, or hopefully a 4-point lead.
And Eric, you got to give them credit that last sequence. They did a nice job creating that turnover. They put a lot of pressure. Skater Hauser originally got her hand on the ball. That pass came in. Brooklyn Preston and Reagan Hill had a double team there in the lane and really created that turnover, and Brooklyn Preston came down to it. So I got to give the Lady Mustangs credit on that last sequence. They played the kind of defense that Coach Civils wanted them to play, create a turnover without creating a foul. And now they've got an opportunity to extend this lead. 2
big free throws for Ava Hughes. Her first free throw. Got it. Gives the Lady Mustangs a 3-point lead, 60-57. The second free throw for the 5'6" freshman guard. Got it. 2 big free throws, 4-point lead. Down to 8 seconds. Lady Storm bringing it up. It goes to Dolan. Into the lane. Her floater, it's good with 0.2 seconds remaining. That makes it a 2-point game. 61-59. 0.2 left. McCracken County will inbound it underneath their own baskets. And now if you're Coach Scott Civils, are you trying a baseball pass to the other side of the floor just to get somebody to touch it with 0.2 seconds left?
Yeah, Eric, that's always a good play to throw it down. And, you know, no matter what happens there, as long as you don't get fouled or foul the other team, you know, whoever touches it with 0.2. Eric, they changed it. They bumped it up to 0.4, interestingly enough.
Changes it a little bit.
So it does change the dynamic a little bit, but I think that throw down the court really is your best option. You don't take a chance on somehow inadvertently turning it over down here on the baseline. and giving them an opportunity to get the ball in with a quick shot at the glass. So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Civils has called.
61-59, 0.4. It will be Hamilton to inbound it. See if they try and baseball pass down the floor. Hamilton, baseball pass, goes to Preston, and the Lady Mustangs win it tonight. Final score, 61-59. The Lady Mustangs move to 13-10 and winners of 4 of their last 5, Jimmy.
Yeah, Eric, and you got to give them credit here tonight. They battled throughout this game. This was a game that went back and forth after that first quarter, and they battled with the Lady Storm for 3 consecutive quarters. A little letdown in the second quarter, but a great second half by these Lady Mustangs to make some adjustments. And you love to see them win when it's in this close a game. This is a tight game, and as you get further in the season, district play and regional play, those games are going to be close. I mean, these are going to be tough teams that they face throughout the remainder of the season, and that's the kind of game that you want to end up winning. It's a character-building game. Your team holds on when they really were in a tough spot there after they missed those 2 free throws. They ended up coming down here, creating a turnover, getting a second chance to extend that out to a 4-point lead and ultimately win the game by 2. And I like the way they've played, Eric, particularly in this second half. They battled back and forth, not lost their confidence, and continued to shoot the ball well and play good defense. So Coach Civils, as much as you and I have witnessed a few games this year where he was highly frustrated with his team, tonight he's got to be extremely happy, just like he was in the Tillman game.